Alright, feels like I've been sitting on these videos for a long time, and finally my first homebrew is ready. K for KRAKEN. So the third time I've brewed this recipe. First time I did it, I just wanted to throw a bunch of weird spices and stuff into a dark beer, make it very mysterious. It was really good. The second time I changed the hops up a little bit because it's really not hop centric, so I used something a little more basic, went to Fuggle. The second time it was so over carbonated it was undrinkable. So this is the third time. I switched up. I usually do this with bourbon in the oak chips, and I was thinking KRAKEN, you know, sea pirates. Why don't I do rum instead? So did rum this time. The vanilla's in there, the star anise, a little bit of mint in the secondary, so it should be a dark beer with a lot of really interesting flavors. And I'm pretty excited. I'm sure you saw in the video that I changed up my bottling routine a little bit. I was getting oxidation a lot, ruining some beer, so now I rack into a fermenter actually and have the perfect length of tubing to then go into the bottles. I also calculated my priming sugar exactly using table sugar, made into a 1-to-1 simple syrup instead of just eyeballing tablespoons of honey, which didn't evenly dissolve. Usually I'd pop open one of these and I'd enjoy this much beer. So still a little nervous. I did disturb this a little bit. I see some bubbles. I think if anything I may have undercarbonated this, but let's give it a shot here. Heard the pop, I saw the little mist, but nothing is rising up. That's an excellent sign. Alrighty, let's get the promo pour for the intro. Yep, so if anything, a little under carbonated. I can adjust that, but there's definitely bubbles in that flowing. This nice glass I just recently rediscovered. That's the flavors I'm looking for. I smell the anise, I smell the rum a little bit, the mint. I guess the last thing to do then is to just taste it, so cheers. I was a little nervous that it was going to be a little too light just by looking at it and watered down. But it's not. It tastes good. Star anise is definitely the most, and a little vanilla. I don't get a lot of the rum. I can adjust that in future batches. But it's dark. I don't call this a porter or a stout. I call it a Schwarzbier. It's probably not technically a Schwarzbier, but I can't classify it as a porter or a stout. It's a dark beer with some weird flavors. Yeah, I think there are some things I can adjust flavor-wise to maybe bring them even further. I could do some dextrin malt or flaked oats maybe to make it a little thicker. I did not do that in this recipe, but it's not thin and watered down like I was worried about. It's not overly bitter with the IBUs. It's not overly over the top with the alcohol either. I don't remember, somewhere around 6 maybe. Plus you add rum, but it's a very drinkable, enjoyable, different beer. So I'm overall pretty happy with this. And stay tuned because I just bottled my Irish Red over there, which was my 5th. So I have 5 in bottles and 3 more fermenting. So it's been a gap as I let these videos progress, but there's a bunch more coming. So here's the homebrewing.